So I went back and rewatched the developer deep dive for Grounded 2 and found a few things I thought were interesting that you may have missed. Before I begin, if you enjoy this type of content, hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. So the first thing I noticed was that in one of the opening scenes here from the developer deep dive, they actually showed off a berry bush that looks like it has either cherries in it or some type of red berry. So rather than having the blueberries that were in the first Grounded game, they may appear again, but there's at least going to be a new type of berry here that's going to be what looks like to me to be a cherry. All right, skipping ahead just a little bit, the characters here, the teens are going to be coming up on the oak tree here. And one thing we're going to notice is that up on the oak tree here, I spotted a mega milk molar. So it's been confirmed now that, and this will be reconfirmed later on when I show you something that's in the UI, there's definitely going to be milk molars in the game that we'll be collecting that will be used for some type of upgrade. So you can see here's a mega milk molar. So I have spotted the first milk molar that will be available unless they move it when the game actually releases in early access in a few weeks. Next up is going to be, it looks like the Scabby has been replaced with an upgraded version on the teens here. As you can see here, the teens have a glove on their left hand. Now, this was pointed out by a couple people in the comments of my previous video. And when I rewatched it, I did notice, oh, yeah, that is interesting. They all do seem to have this glove on their left hand. So it looks like an upgraded version of the Scabby from the original Grounded game. And yeah, in the scene, you'll notice that this looks like the berry leather chair. So there is a good chance that there's going to be berries that are blue in the game somewhere. So it looks like they will be making a return here. But what I wanted to show here was this looks like, well, this is a calculator that's sitting in the yard somewhere. And you'll notice here that there looks like there's a button missing for the activate. So it looks like we might have to be repairing this calculator to do something here to activate something, whether it's unshrinking ourselves or whether it's going to be to give us access to some area or something. Looks like this calculator button is going to have to be repaired here in order to progress at some point in the story. And then here you're going to notice that it is Pete and Hoops walking through an Almanent lab. And when they go out and look out, you'll notice that the crow flies by and they're looking at the statue here of what looks of obviously of Tully and Burgle. And when I pause, you'll notice over here is going to be the picnic table that is seen in other parts of the video. And what this looks like is there's actually a lab inside of the little hot dog cart that is featured in the videos that we've seen so far. So it looks like there's at least one Almanent lab, or we've probably seen at least one Almanent lab, if not more, but there looks like there's definitely one inside of the hot dog cart. All right, coming up, there's going to be a little scene here where I'm going to pause it and freeze frame it there. So you'll notice here that the character is fighting against a praying mantis. But over here on the ground, you're going to see something bubbling up in the ground, and that's going to be some type of burrowing creature. We've already seen there's larvae in the game, so it could possibly be a larva. They did actually show the scorpions burrowing under the ground, so it could be a scorpion, but it could also be a grub or some other type of creature that that hasn't been revealed yet. So just wanted to point that out, that there's definitely going to be creatures that are underground and may or may not pop up and attack you. And then here on the UI, this just kind of reconfirms the fact that there's going to be milk molars in the game. Up in the top right, we're going to see that there is a little logo here, an icon for the milk molars. So we'll be able to, I guess, track how many we have or use them. And then up here, it might be a little bit hard to see because of the name that's here. I'll let it play for just a second. You'll notice that if that does fall away, up in the top left corner, it does say Scabby 2K. So it looks like a upgraded version of the original Scabby. And then if I let this play out for just a second, you'll notice that we're going to see here that Max is running past what appears to be a warm area. So they've already showed off and highlighted the fact that there's going to be a cold area in the game with the spilled ice cream cart. But it does appear there's also going to be an area that's going to have heat in it, which you can see here by the burnt grass and what looks like back here, perhaps charcoal or some other type of heat source. So more likely than not, we're going to have to deal with hot and cold in Grounded 2. And then what might be the feature that I am most interested in, and you'll see this here, watch the turret. The turret is moving up and down on its own. So is there an auto turret in the game? I rewatched this scene. It doesn't show any other characters, so there could be a character in there that's controlling it. But the only character that's shown on the screen here is Max. Max comes in and out of the little house here and never jumps in or out of it. So there's a possibility that we're going to have auto turrets in Grounded 2. And honestly, that would be an absolutely welcome feature, because one thing that we definitely need in this game, if there's going to be base raids or base attacks, is better ways to defend ourselves without having to just do all the combat either via melee attacks or our own ranged weapons. So those are the things I found in the developer deep dive. If there was anything you found that was interesting that I missed, let me know in the comments down below. Again, if you find these type of videos interesting or entertaining, make sure to hit the like button and consider subscribing for more content just like this. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.